Howdy and aloha, everyone. This is James with Mana Talk. Mana meaning power, talk meaning use your words. Thank you for being here. Thank you for paying attention. I appreciate it. I've been on since 2017 in regards to the political stuff. The channel itself has been around since 2009. Anyway, I'm going to jump in here. It's just amazing. Look, this is the Wall Street Journal. Did a little piece on Tulsi. And I clearly state in here, and it's pretty obvious. If you still believe that the Wall Street Journal or the elite of Wall Street accepts, or in any way supports Trump and or anybody in his cabinet, then keep taking those boosters, or, just keep believing what you're believing. The DNI Director of National Intelligence is a spy chief, according to the Wall Street Journal. Spy chief. I've never heard that term before, but it kind of sums up what I'm saying here. And not her actual most prominent role in the most powerful position in global intelligence. I mean, spy chief? Come on. Yeah, there's a gigantic concern or an absolute fear coming from the elite left that's manifesting and growing exponentially day by day. And I'm just loving every second of it. I am. I'm just seeing breakdown after breakdown. And I'm still seeing crazy shit continue. It's just nuts. It's just freaking nuts.
Good morning. Did you know most ICE agents don't wear their plates properly? I've seen it.
As the type of ICU nurse I was cardiac ICU nurse. And I did a lot of time, lots of hours, holding on a groin that wouldn't stop bleeding. Let me tell you what, that femoral artery, those veins in the legs, I can't remember. It's late in my shift, okay? I know it. I'm tired. Anyway, the vasculature in the leg, it really bleeds. Bleeds well. Someone could bleed out very quickly from that. Probably like a couple of minutes, really. I would really suggest to all the healthcare organizations out there that if you have knowingly MAGA employees, that you terminate them. They're not safe people to take care of other people.
And you are.
You can't have people who have open racism in the healthcare system. I mean, we already know that exists, because if you're a black woman in healthcare, you know. But if you're openly MAGA at this point and you're supporting the murdering of people, you don't deserve to be in healthcare. You should have your license removed.
Hold on. So in the history of ICE or Border Patrol agents, I want to get off of that. And it's 22 years, around 22 years of ICE agents or Border Patrol or going out and into the country, just not borders. ICE goes into the country to get people that have gone a little too far and done a little too much damage to our community and people, etc. And these are heinous criminals that we've always gone after for 22 years, and 256 of them have been either killed or people that have obstructed justice have been killed as well. And that's, I'm not going to say unalive. It's just, go look it up. Yes, the majority for sure have been, but all of a sudden, we're trying to deport close to, or somewhere around 20 million that were allowed to come in. Open door policy, the hangar bay was open, the floodgates were open for 4 years under the Biden administration, 3 to 4 million plus unvetted criminal crazies and whatever came through, or are they allowed to come through, in 4 years. I mean, close to 20 million people. And I've read the thing that I say. I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, the average amount of people are illegal aliens. I don't call them immigrants. Immigrants are different. My family and all of our families, most of our citizens come from a heritage and a history of immigrants, right? These are aliens because we don't know anything about them. But once we find out that they were heinous, abusive, class A, rape, killing, just whatever, criminals that were allowed to come in. Once we found that out, we decided, hey, we need to go get those people first. But they're protesting against that. It's just fucking amazing to me. And then at the same time, there's this gigantic case, thanks to Nick Shirley, not Pam Bondi. Or maybe it was part of that whole situation. I'm still kind of weird on that. I'm still kind of getting this feeling like, yeah, Nick Shirley is good because once a private citizen exposes information, then you have to investigate it. And then if you find probable cause, then you can go do your warrants. Makes sense to me. So however they got it out and however they did it, whether it be Nick Shirley or some other independent journalists out there doing YouTubes or whatever the fuck they're doing, Twitch, I don't know. Doesn't matter. What matters is that there are people out there that could really do some serious damage to this country and already have. I'm not even going to go into the voting process and how there are, 14 states in the United States that you do not have to present identification. And in some of those states, it's a misdemeanor or against the law of some sort if you even ask at a polling station for identification. That's what? I want people that come here, that have lived here, that have paid taxes, over the age of 18, that are voting because they have an idea of who they're voting for. I mean, don't you? Of course you do. If you don't, and you're okay with, whoever from Somalia or China or South America or wherever the fuck has no idea who the fuck they're voting for, just goes and votes. Do you think they deserve to do that? Of course not. If in any way possible you think that's okay, then then welcome to the downfall of this country. Then you're opening up the floodgates to the downfall of this country. The country that's providing you your ability to be a capitalist. This country that's providing you the way to become more successful, to speak your mind, to do this, to have the freedom of speech and to protest peacefully. Right? Peacefully. I mean, you know what? I probably should bring up that picture of me when I was in West Virginia. And I went out 3 times and I tried to get other people to go with me, but nobody had the fucking balls or the guts. Nobody. And I was protesting against the fucking vaccine. I was protesting against the lockdowns. I was protesting against how they were basically imprisoning all of us and children, especially closing down the parks, taking away their sunlight. I had people that were flipping me off, and then I had a lot of people that were honking, going right on. They didn't do the shaka because nobody knows the shaka, the Hawaii shaka. But I was out there, and I wasn't yelling at people. There was a guard that came up, and while I'm telling that story, you know what? I'm gonna find that picture. Right? I'm gonna find that picture of me protesting. There was a guard that came up, and Stevie knows about this. Stevie with Reg Economics, and I pray to God and all that exists in the universe that she keeps doing her videos. I just love what she does. I love her information, her journalism. I think it's great. I think if she can, if the more I talk about it, the more I think she just doesn't want to. I don't know what the fuck is going on. All I know is, for God's sakes, woman, fucking you can do it. I just know you can do it. You got it. You already got the gift, for fuck's sake. When you have it, you have it. And some people don't have it. She's got to use it. All right, so I'm going to go, I think it was in 2021-20. Some of these videos, definitely I can't show you. But I will go to the one where I am. This is 2020. Yeah, there's some cool videos in it. There's some beautiful videos in it of West Virginia. Oh my God, there's some cool. Look at that. A pack of cinnamon rolls, big pack, $3. That's in 2020. Butter itself was 2 for $5. 2 big blocks of real butter. Isn't that fucking crazy? You could get rotisserie chicken, and this is at Kroger's. Probably Hy-Vee and all that were the same. You get I took a picture of this stuff. You could get chicken back in 2020, October 2020, rotisserie chicken for $5. A full chicken rotisserie. So you get 2 for $10. I'm like, what the fuck? Right? And they had deals on personal protection equipment and all this other shit. It was just fucking ridiculous. Oh, there's your trophies. I know I got it right here. Coming up. I gotta show this though. I gotta show this because this is good. I gotta show this one. This was you guys remember this? You gotta remember this. Watch this. You guys remember this? Right? Remember this is a fucking baseball game. And they were attempting to give us the illusion that everything was okay because they were putting people's faces on cardboard or styrofoam pictures or whatever the fuck that is in the stadium. That to me was probably the most retarded, idiotic, brainwashing bullshit I've ever seen in my life. And people were just fucking all over that. That was crazy. That was fucking nuts. All right, I'm going to keep getting through here to that. I got to find it. I'll find it. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, there's that property. I still want it. I think I'm gonna get it. I'm getting close. Alright. It's right. I know it was 2021. I went out there and I fucking did it, man. Was it that late? No, it wasn't that late. Oh God, did I accidentally delete it or something? What the fuck? Oh, come on. Here it is, right here. This is November 2021. I was just sick of this shit. And I had went out several times. Let's see. Yeah, there's October, November, right? And I went out there. And what it said on my sign... Oh, there we are. I think we were partying that night. Wait, I hit it. Oops, sorry. Yeah, October 2021. And this is, I mean, why is this doing this? No, I don't want to slide. For fuck's sakes. Oh my God. All right, let me do this again. Hang on. Where's the one with the Capitol in the background? Is it right here? Oh, it's right here. Okay. You can see the dome of the Capitol in the background. But I'm out there. Jesus, man, I've lost a little bit of weight, but fuck, I was like 330 something pounds. Shit. Okay. No vaccine mandates. No more masks. Leave our children alone. fuck? No more lockdowns, no more censorship. Protect freedom of speech and to peaceably assemble. Right? I'm not yelling at people. If somebody comes up, a security guard came up to me. It was the Capitol Police officer. He comes up and he goes, "What do you got there?" And I go, "I just turned around and showed him. That's all I'm doing." He goes, "All right, that's fine." And I was out there in public on the corner. 3 times I went out there, and I was all by myself. All by myself. Nobody was doing that shit. Nobody had the fucking balls. Nobody had the gumption, or nobody was stupid enough. No, I was fucking trying, to show people that this stuff is nuts, and the Demoncrats were all in on this stuff. It was crazy, but I put that together. Yeah. Stevie helped me with it too, because I think she looked at the no vaccine minutes. See, I put vaccine in quotation marks because I never believed it was a vaccine, which I was right. It was a genocidal bioweapon. Period. That's it. All right. So let's go. All right, we're gonna jump here, and yeah, that's just crazy with Tulsi Gabbard. I mean, she demolished Kamala Harris a few years back in that debate. And then they said she was a Russian spy and all this other shit. And I was just like, what the fuck? And she hasn't forgotten that. I'm just like, Wall Street Journal, she's not going to forget that crap. I'm just telling you right now. I am just telling you right fucking now. You better watch your P's and Q's when it comes to Tulsi Gabbard, my friend. She's not somebody you want to fuck with. I am telling you right now. Us Polynesians, we're really nice people. We're very tolerant. We're also very cooperative. We have to be. We're big fucking people. We're pretty tough. Like a lot of people are. I mean, of course, but and we're also forgiving, very forgiving, and we'll do whatever we can to make things better. Because in our minds, we just want ohana. We like family. We like aloha. We want peace. We want freedom. We want happiness. Just like everybody on the planet, of course. But this is just fucking nuts what they're doing. I mean, what the fuck, man? I'm going to scroll down here. Oh, this is... Wow. These are the people I'm arguing with in Hawaii. Right? This is fentanyl. Of course, I guarantee you in the blue states, there's still a fentanyl issue. There still is a major drug and opioid issue. There still is lots of just terrible drug-addicted crazy shit. Right? That's fucking weird. I don't even know what that is. That's a dude with man tits, with girl tits. Yep, that's what that is. Because, oh shit. You guys can you, that's fucking nuts. That's who you're arguing with. I mean, I just showed you somebody earlier who was just saying that you should harm people. I mean, this is a nurse. There are people that are nurses out there that are telling people they should harm people because of their political ideologies. What the fuck? But it all comes down to this. I wanted to play this for sure. Let me just get it on.
I could argue in the developed countries, the big winners are countries that have shrinking populations.
You do not even have to have elections anymore because you can already predict, and afterwards you can say, why do we need elections? Because we know what the result will be.
Our primary mission is, in fact, to set a global standard for the world for behavior.
What we are very proud of now is the young generation, like Prime Minister Trudeau, President of Argentina and so on, is that we penetrate the cabinets.
You want the function, you want the service, right? Why do you want to own a cell phone if you can just lease it? And if you lease, why shouldn't you lease your refrigerator or your washing machine or your dishwasher, or why do you want to own it?
I propose putting an end to anonymity on social media.
If 1 billion people stop eating meat, I tell you, it has a big impact.
Can you imagine that in 10 years when we are sitting here, we have an implant in our brains? And we measure your brain waves.
There's some really interesting research that we can plant false memories in the brain. People believing that they've been at Disney World with characters who are not Disney characters, taking photographs with those characters.
And substituting humans for machines is going to be far easier in those countries that have declining populations. I could argue,
I'm telling you,
in the developed countries, the big winners are countries that have shrinking populations.
Okay.
You do not even have to have elections anymore because you can already predict, and afterwards you can say, why do we need elections? Because we know what the result will be.
Our primary mission is, in fact, to set a global standard for the world for behavior.
What we are very proud of now, the young generation, like Prime Minister Trudeau, President of Argentina and so on, that we penetrate the cabinets.
You want the function, you want the service, right? Why do you want to own a cell phone if you can just lease it? And if you lease, why shouldn't you lease your refrigerator or your washing machine or your dishwasher, or why do you want to own it?
I propose putting an end to anonymity on social media.
But if 1 billion people stop eating meat, I tell you, it has a big impact.
Can you imagine that in 10 years when we are sitting here, we have an implant in our brains? And we measure your brain waves.
There's some really interesting research that we can plant false memories in the brain. People believing that they've been at Disney World with characters who are not Disney characters, taking photographs with those characters.
And substituting humans for machines is...
I'm going to leave this up. And the reason why is because I did make a comment on this. And I directed it to all the... I directed that comment to all the crazy people. Why does this thing keep bouncing? It'll run for a little bit, and all of a sudden it's bouncing. I don't know what the fuck's going on with the system. So I'm sorry if you're missing a few things, because it seems to be bouncing every once in a while. Maybe when I change, let me see here. Give me a second. Okay. All right, let's go back. So what I said in regards to this, and it's really quite sad because they don't want to. Nobody's going to tell them this fact. No one in the mainstream media is going to tell them this truth, or all these people that are going crazy out there and taking their children out to these protests. That's fucking just child protective services abuse. Now, I understand if I just don't think that's a good idea to take your child to any protest. It's not their place. Just let them live their lives. You can do your voting and your 18 and over shit. If they're 15 or 16, maybe 17, 16, sure, they got a little idea, they can come out. But it's just not, in this day and age, it's just not a good idea. And it's happening. It's fucking crazy. I'm going to show you some pictures on that too. That's just nuts. But what I clearly stated in here, and clearly say exactly what's happening, is that, and there's just no other ways to phrase it. There's just no other way to phrase it, right? And it's right here in front of you. I'm just going to throw it up, all right? It's right here. These are the exact people that are part of the global predator class, and the same people that are controlling and manipulating and abusing and enslaving the democratic supporters across this country and the world. These people are the people behind. These are the lever people that are pulling the levers and making you do this crazy shit. And they've been doing it for decades. Some of the stuff that you've done, I'm not just talking to like one person, kind of, but I'm talking to many people. That the reason why your behavior is what your behavior is because it's in this. It's in the water you drink. It's in the food you've been eating. It's in the medications that you've taken. It's in the it's in everything. It's in what you've absorbed over time and what mainstream media has given you. I mean, I used to think, believe it or not, I used to think Rachel Maddow was the thing. Right? I used to think that Bernie Sanders was above and just like this golden shrine type idol of mine. And then all of a sudden, I just started to do my own research because I am capable enough to do it, and listening and hearing from others, like Jamie Dorr and Ryan Christian and Derek Bros and Whitney Webb. And, even taking information from Fox and MSNBC or both and kind of just doing my own research, chickadee, checking myself before I wreck myself, right? Just doing the due diligence. You're doing your own due diligence because I'm capable. And then, listening also to people like definitely Stevie with Redneck Economics. She had some great information. And there were a bunch of other people out there that had just all kinds of information that, and at times it was overwhelming. But there was a time when there was something that happened, and it was the Russia thing that was proven, the Steele dossier and all that. That was just bullshit, and it's even more provable and completely, absolutely provable, with beyond a shadow of a doubt and unequivocally, that it was bullshit. And a lot of other things that they did, that the Democrats have been doing, has been treasonous, insidious, just, chief spy like stuff. Whereas, Tulsi Gabbard is not a chief spy. She's the actual director of national intelligence, probably one of the most powerful positions of intelligence on the planet. But these people, I have to tell you, right? I'm gonna go here because I gotta name this off. What you're seeing here is they want, and I'm gonna go through this because I think it's important that I go through this and kind of tell you where they're at and the stages that they've done it. Because it's all right here. Whoever made this up, I fucking wish I would have made this. This is really good. But it's really simple, right? Now the machines are coming. The AI, the databases, those are coming. But that's 5, 10, maybe 15 years from now. Okay, the false memories, that's kind of happening now. There are people out there that have recollections of things that never happened, or have forgotten what's happened in the past. Real life in their brain, things that they've observed physically, one-on-one, seeing it, witnessing it, that they've forgotten. I mean, this has happened. The behavior is the thing that I'm kind of talking about right now, because you have all these crazy fuckers getting in front of these ICE agents who are just trying to do their fucking job, and they got families, right? You're just making their lives hell. It's just, and you're doing it for these people, these elitists. That you're not doing it for yourself to protect yourself, because you're not, right? If they didn't do anything, there would be, oh my gosh. Anyway, it's all paid for. These people are paying for your craziness. Well, I've already proven that. If you need information on it, let me know. They've already penetrated the cabinets. The UK is down. Canada is down. Australia is down. France is down. They've already gotten in there. The only way they're going to change is now we're going to have to, be a little rough with them, which we are. For them we're going to smack them around and make them wake the fuck up. I mean, like Alberta right now is succeeding. They're literally at this moment a province of Canada, is literally, right now as we're speaking, on their way from separating to becoming either their own country or partnering up with America. I think eventually Canada, Greenland will be United States. I think we'll also take part of Mexico, the peninsula, and put a back leg on this cow, if you know what I'm talking about. All right. Yeah, no elections will happen. They won't do any elections because they'll already have their system, their corporate governance. Just go out, look at their website. Corporate governance is everywhere. Just type it in. Or if you need to, just do the Wayback Machine to like 3 years ago, and you'll see it a lot. Depopulation is number one, in my opinion. They want to really take out 2/3 of the planet's population so they can hoard everything for themselves. And it's, like I said, it's a lot easier for these elitists to control 1/3 of the population instead of 8 to 9 billion people. It's just going to be, they wouldn't be able to do it. But with the help of a lot of these countries like Canada and France and the ones that have been compromised, it's making it a little bit easier, but Trump is not allowing it. Plus the UN is starting, thankfully, to dissipate because the UN has never been your friend. Well, they kind of started that way, and NATO was basically designed, interestingly enough, just a few years after Adolf Hitler was supposedly unalived, right? And a lot of the people from Adolf's hierarchical elitist generals, commanders, etc., went to the United Nations, were prominent figures of NATO. Isn't that weird? Right? And then NATO started. All right, so the machines, the false memories, brain implants, I mean, that's just whatever. And anonymity is huge because you're not going to have it under these people. And this is, like I said, this is what these people are actually fighting for. The chaos and the protesting fuels the fire of this supposed revolution, right? But it's actually an insurrection. It's actually starting to become the actual insurrection, but in a domestic, throughout the country way, if you understand what I'm saying. And then you'll just own nothing and like it. They'll own your property. You will live how they tell you to live. They will give you what you need and what you have to have, or what they believe you need to have, right? You can't go out and buy a 100-acre spread, which I'm guaranteeing you right now, I will have a big, nice piece of property within the next, I think I'm looking now, I'm going to say next year. Probably next year. And then I'll be doing my videos from my ranch, and you're welcome to come and hang out with me. I might have a few of them. But anyway, machines, yeah, so you're going to have nothing. You're not going to be able to drill your own wells. See, that's the great thing that I talked about with the Tea Party when they first came out. And I remember talking about it. I really didn't hate what they were doing. They were very... they were more liberal in a sense that I thought that even the liberals were, because they wanted their own privacy with their own families, with their own unit, with their own village. They wanted to be able to plant and dig where they wanted to, because there are places in this country where you can't grow vegetables in your front yard or fruits. You can't in your backyard or anywhere around your property. You can't. There's certain things you can't drill for your own water. You can't do certain things in your own house. You have to get permits. You have to get all this fucking crap, right, on your own property. They don't want you to hurt yourself. Hey, I get it. There's certain things that we need to be careful of. But they just wanted to be free to do the things that they wanted to do, like we did about 100 years ago. I mean, there were farms and ranchers and people still migrating across the United States legally, and they were finding all these pieces of property that could just do anything on it they wanted. They were just free to do whatever they wanted. They didn't have a driver's license. They didn't have fucking registration for the vehicles. They didn't have to get a building permit. They just fucking made shit work, right? And some of the houses they built 100 and 150 years ago were fucking amazing, in my opinion. But let's get back to where we're at. And where we're at right now is we've got a lot of people that have just been brainwashed beyond belief. And then you'll get that finger pointed back at you. Oh, no, you're brainwashed. Oh, no, you're brainwashed. No, you're brainwashed. And I'm just like, well, I like the nuclear family, right? I don't care if you're gay, if you're lesbian, if you're bisexual, if you're heterosexual. The whole trans thing, in my opinion, is a fucking joke. It was meant to be a joke. Watch Monty Python. Watch Flip Wilson. Watch comedies. Just there's so many. What was that? Was it Tootsie or something like that? It's just. What was that one with? Gosh. I'm trying to remember. It was Mrs. Doubtfire, right? That's all that is. You know, whatever your fucking kinky little thing, just keep it in your bedroom, keep it in your private property, do what the fuck you want, as long as you're not hurting me, you know, your children or whatever else. Blah 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 blah. You know, just stay the fuck away from the children. That's what I'm saying. Let them grow up and make their own decisions in the right way. Right? And I'm going to keep it very, very simple when it comes to this. There's nothing that Trump has done to destroy that. He hasn't taken away your rights to be gay. He hasn't taken your rights to be a lesbian, to be homosexual, to be bisexual. He hasn't done anything like that. He hasn't even touched it. Doesn't even bother with it. I don't. But gaysagainstgroomers.com understands that these elitists, these people here, are a bunch of fucking sick bastards. Right? And we're hearing that what George Clooney is seriously implemented in the Epstein files now. I mean, he's got a lot of history with Epstein. I mean, look, association doesn't mean much. It's what these people do and say. I get it. But if you've got actual video, if you've got actual written emails or documents saying that you actually perform certain acts on under 18 women or against their say, you know, if they're saying no and you're saying, you know what I'm saying, yes, and you're being abusive, yeah, you should go to fucking jail. The other thing about this client list is these Epstein files, we're still not really seeing a big client list, right? We're not, and we know it's out there. So that needs to change, but I think they've redacted all that information. So I'm still a little wishy-washy on this 3 million pages and whatever they fucking got now. But it does say that George Clooney is definitely part of there. And a bunch of other Hollywood fucking people, right? That the people that the Democrats love, right? Wow, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. And I want that shit to be exposed like you don't fucking know. And I think it needs, like I said, I don't think the victims care anymore. I really don't. I've actually heard them say in certain interviews, we don't care. Just release everything. We don't fucking care. Right? We just want the people that fucking did what they did to us, and especially the Johns, the clients, you know, the people that paid or were part of the molestations and all this other shit to be fucking put in jail, for God's sakes, for handcuffed, right? And I get that for sure. That needs to happen. I'm with that. Absolutely 100,000%. All right. I'm just going to go down the list here of a couple things. Yeah, they're taking their kids. These are high school students. But you got to hear what they say. This is fucking weird.
Are so much worse than the people who are here who are immigrants. They are doing nothing. They don't deserve to be treated like this. And we think that we should be more worried about our president than the people who are getting kicked out of our state right now.
Because if you're afraid of criminals being here, why did you elect our president? Why did you elect our president? Because he is a criminal. And I feel like it's just so upsetting.
Is it really them talking? I'm not getting that feeling. You know, I'm just not getting the feeling.
We're here because we believe that ICE is doing things that are so much worse than the people who are here who are immigrants. They are doing nothing. They don't deserve to be treated like this. And we think that we should be more worried about our president than the people who are getting kicked out of our state right now.
Because if you're afraid of criminals being here, why did you elect our president? Why did you elect our president? Because he is a criminal. And I feel like it's just so upsetting that history is repeating itself at the moment. And it's just so heartbreaking. And yeah,
we have done this over and over again through history when people are like not accepting us and not like giving us our rights. And it's really frustrating that why are we even doing this? Why do we need to do this over and over and over and over again? Like, just let people have their rights. Everyone deserves.
See, this, it's, I don't, you know, there's just, they're
so
new to the world, and they really don't have any idea what the fuck is really going on. But their parents should go to jail you know, anyway, what is that called? Child Protective Services. That's abuse. I mean, we're seeing toddlers out there and all kinds of shit. Oh, here, this one right here it is, right?
Portland, Oregon. This school is out and they're all holding signs. All for ICE. You have got to be kidding me. This has to be a joke, right? None of them are in school. None of them. We're going to drive by real slow. None of these people are in school. All about ICE. Are you fucking kidding me? You've got to be fucking kidding me. These are young children.
They don't know what they're doing.
This is fucking crazy.
It's crazy.
This is fucking crazy. What the fuck? They're fucking children. This is Kellogg Middle School in Portland, Oregon. The children are out protesting when they need to be in school.
Yeah.
I would rip my kid out of school so fucking fast.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even be a question.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me? It is pouring fucking rain. And you have children. Middle school fucking children in adult fucking business. Did I see what I just think I fucking saw? Like, I know I saw it. I know I recorded it. This can't be fucking happening.
It's happening. That's how fucking insane this is. It's just fucking insane. I'm sorry, sweetie. The Demoncrats. The globalist predator demon.
I love y'all. Have a good day. Bye. This is crazy.
Have a good day. Bye. Yeah. Here's the sad part. I'm going to put this up right here. I'm going to predict that in about 2.5 months from now, these parents are going to regret this activity. And these teachers and these city council members and these school committees or whatever, and pretty much everybody that believes that it's great to have illegal aliens that are committing heinous crimes against you and me and these people protesting is a good thing. I didn't finish this, by the way. Yeah, they're going to be in trouble for this. This whole thing is just fucking nutso, crazy. All right. And here goes Trump. He just put this up today, I believe. And what's this man saying? Because when he says something, you better fucking listen. I don't care who you are, where you're from on this planet, and what you think you're going to do. If this guy's saying something that he's going to do or is going to happen, it's fucking happening. And it's probably 89% going to be true. 89.9. I'm going to give him the extra 0.9. The Democrats are cracking like dogs on the shutdown because they are deathly afraid that I'm making progress with the Republicans on terminating the filibuster, which he is, whether we make a deal or not. Republicans must blow up the filibuster and approve hundreds of long-sought but never forgotten policy wins like as just a small example, voter ID. Of course, for sure. Only a loser would not agree to doing this. Yeah, for sure. No, that's it. And we're kind of steering away from that other stuff. But I'm just saying, Mike Johnson and the current Speaker of the House, majority leading Speaker of the House, is a piece of shit. He's turned into a McCarthy, Kevin McCarthy, and he was a piece of shit. And then John Thune, the leader of the senators, also is turning into a fucking rhino. It's bad, and it needs to stop. And I'm telling you, these, it's like they want the duopoly to continue, and that's the reason why Tucker Carlson got fired from Fox, because he was talking about the duopoly. He was talking about the collaboration between both parties, and they want the ping pong match to continue, the dog and pony show, the fucking circus, so they keep getting their bazillions of dollars to their Cayman Island accounts, their Swiss bank accounts, their South African bank accounts, and tucking their money away or just using it, who knows fucking what. I don't know. But Trump is really sick of this shit. Yeah. So Mitch McConnell. How is Mitch McConnell not... The guy has almost died in front of us, I don't know, 5-6 times. He's been on television at least 3 or 4 times. Just having a coma. A stroke. Like right in front of your face, the guy's like, he'll be talking. Oh, I just want to say that, and he's gone. And how is that man still, we have to require these politicians to at least be physically apt, mentally apt. I mean, just come on. I'm not talking we need a 21-year-old in there or a 22-year-old or whatever, but we should at least make sure these people can handle the long haul, and we need to lower their term limits, which Trump has already stated. I don't want fucking some career politician in there for 12 years making a bazinga amount of money. That's what they're in for. They make it a career path for the money. That's it. And that's why you want the term limits to go down. You don't want these fuckers. I think the House should be 8, and I think the Senate should be 12. That's it. Period. They want 6 and I think 12, but I think it should be 8 and 12. Or just fucking 12 and 12 is fine. 12 years is good enough. You've learned your shit. Get the fuck out. Right there. The group of House Republicans led by Firebrand Rep Brandon Gill. This guy's fucking amazing. Just dropped the bombshell letter demanding Mitch McConnell release the SAVE Act from the Senate Rules Committee and bring it straight to the floor for a vote. Isn't that crazy? Pass the SAVE Act. Absolutely. Pass the fucking SAVE Act. You guys have no idea how important that is. Because then we can really crack down on the abuse of voting and the rigging and all that shit. And then you'll know what's going on. Thomas Massie, man, he needs to, I don't know, he's not, I understand Thomas Massie wants this and that and the other thing, but I'm going to tell him right now, I don't know why he can't just go and talk to Trump and say, dude, I'm doing this. Right? I'm going in this direction, but it seemed like Thomas Massie is kind of siding a lot, in my opinion, with the Demoncrats. And it's kind of tripping me out. Right? No, I'm going Trump, man. Fuck. If you don't like that, then I don't know what to tell you. I've came to the fruition. I've came to the light. The fucking light that this guy knows what he's fucking doing. Tom Homan. Yeah, they hate Tom Homan, but he was given a medal by Obama for his ice performance. What the fuck? This is so contradictory. Truly insane levels of fraud. 18% of home health care billing nationwide is coming from one county in California. Isn't that crazy? Since I am from California, the fraud being exposed in California is insane. 18% of the whole country's home health care billing is coming out of Los Angeles County. That's just the county. Not the state, just the fucking county. That's crazy. One doctor billed the government $120 million in a single year, claiming to oversee 1,900 patients, which didn't happen. With almost 2,000 hospice agencies, Los Angeles County has more than 36 states combined and 30 times more than the whole state of Florida and New York. How is this possible? And take a look at this map. A cluster of 287 hospice providers in a 2-mile radius, some in strip malls. In fucking strip malls. Unmarked buildings, even a wrecking yard, and a vacant lot are where these fucking facilities are supposed to be. All of it is just paperwork. I could fill this out in a Kazakhstan if I want and get a hospice license waiting for me. That's it. That's the scams are everywhere, and all that money goes where? Where's that money go back to? Yeah, the Demoncratic pockets. All the legislators, judiciaries, and executives. Tulsi's going through there. I don't care what you fucking tell me. She's got tons of information. She just doesn't have information about Epstein. She just doesn't have information about Minnesota. She just doesn't have information about the election. She's got more than you could fucking imagine. And that's why Trump put her there, because Trump knew he goes, there's a lot of shit piling up and we can't keep up with it. I need you to figure it out. Right? What's what goes here, who's this, and that, because it's all and was completely hidden. Completely and totally, willfully, pre-planned hidden by the illegitimate Biden administration. Period. You'll see. Kaiser Permanente also committed insane levels of fraud. Right here. Kaiser Permanente to pay $556 million in record Medicare Advantage fraud settlement. Whoa. This is recent. Oh, this is January 15, 2026. Oh my gosh, this just happened. You guys I'm telling you. This is the Court Filing Justice Department argued that Kaiser Permanente pressured doctors in Colorado and California to add diagnosis regardless of whether these conditions were actually considered or addressed by the physician during the patient visits. Policies that violated Medicare requirements. From 2009 through 2018, KP added roughly 500,000 diagnoses that generated about $1 billion in improper payments to health plans. According to the complaint, the governor pays Medicare Advantage plans higher rates to cover sicker patients. But over the past decade, dozens of whistleblowers, lawsuits, governmental audits, and other investigators have alleged that health plans exaggerate how sick patients are to pocket payments they don't deserve, a tactic known in the industry as upcoding. I've heard of that before. Wow, this is real. This is all Democrat wish list shit. This is who these people are fighting for. And all their kids are out on the street fighting for these thieves. Now, it's not just about Somalia. It's not just about illegal aliens. It's not just about all that. It's about a vast network of serious, heinous, treasonous, financial, and physical crimes that are happening all across this country. And I'm telling you, you guys don't want to push Tulsi's fucking buttons. You don't. You don't. Hillary and Bill have. And guess what's happening to them? They've agreed and they're coming in to do their dog and pony show congressional hearing. And it's not going to look good. And they're going to plead the fifth I guarantee they're going to plead the fifth at least 5 or 6 times, at the very least, on the same question. The same, yeah. And then you're going to know for sure what the fuck these people are about. And Hillary Clinton is just a monster. Her and Homa, Anthony Weiner's laptop, all the cops that were told to shut up, and some of them died or were unalive. Yeah, look that up, people. If you need information about that, let me know. And I'm telling you, it's pretty bad. Hillary and Homa, and they're just the sickest, most insidious, evilest fuckers on the goddamn planet. I'm telling you. Once again, behavioral psychosis is rewarded. There you go. There's a lot more coming through with this, but this is crazy. I don't tell you. Well, sorry. I do know what to tell you. I hate when I say it. I'm going back to posts. All right, what else we got here? A great and necessary move for leadership Tom Thune to take control of the Senate and secure elections. Breaking. Pressure on Senator John Thune is hitting a new high for him to nuke the 60-vote filibuster now that Chuck Schumer promised to block the SAVE Act from ever passing, which would require voter ID and citizenship. I want the voter ID and citizenship. You don't? If you don't, then, go to those countries that don't require that and are fucking 5th and 6th world type countries that, have drugs and death and rape and all that shit. And trafficking, blah, 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 blah. What else is on here? Yeah. We have to be done with these games and fraud. Nuke the zombie filibuster, and we only need 50 votes with existing Senate rules. J.D. Vance can break the tie. Stop playing with our elections and stop letting them cheat. Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly, you fucking ding dong. He's a rhino. He's looking for a deal. Somebody needs to pay him off. It's been that way for too long. Yeah, we know. I know. You know. We know. I know. Pam Bondi shut down Act Blue with indictments for money laundering and cut off the number one source of Democratic midterm crash tomorrow, but she doesn't. In April of 2025, Trump gave her a mandate to investigate Act Blue for 6 months, then report. Time's up, Pam. Time's up, for sure. I'm going to leave on this one because I really believe that I don't know what the fuck this chick is doing. I mean, she just did an interview the other day that was fucking just retarded. It's like, I'm sorry, but it's like I'm watching an autistic person. I mean, I'm not that that's bad. It's just, you really don't want that person running the most powerful Department of Justice on the planet. Be brutally honest, after election records were seized in Fulton County, Georgia, Tulsi Gabbard reportedly arranged a call between Trump and FBI. Are you comfortable with Trump inserting himself into an active investigation to prove he won't? Yeah, I am, dickhead. This guy's a total fucking Demoncrat, so fuck off. Yeah, you're just scared, bro. You're just a scared boy. Scared little boy. Now that we are in the House, President Trump becomes blamed down President impeached by Democrat. MTG is going south. I don't know where her mind at, but she's just going a little south lately. Like, not south, more like west. She's starting to think like a Californian. It's really not a good way to think. Trust me. The FBI and DOJ were allegedly blocked under Barack Obama for arresting Hillary Clinton for exposing under 18 U.S. Code Section 793. Obama didn't just stay out of it. He acted like her personal defense lawyer. CIA Director John Ratcliffe revealed. Lisa Page. Oh, so that's going to come out. We're going to talk about all this. Pam Bondi is at risk of being fired over the Epstein files. Okay. Doesn't look like her. I don't know who that is. Donald Trump just postponed evidence in regards to stealing election. Yeah, he did. Pennsylvania. Oh, this is a big one. Roger Stone. Look at that. Yeah, so he's saying Pennsylvania, 205,000 votes, 1.5 million fraudulent votes counted. We got just tons of information. I'm not going to read every single one, but it's just like right here, nearly 200 in Georgia, 200,000 votes were fraudulently inserted. Arizona, fuck, a ton, 50,000. I mean, Carrie Lake, God, woman, I don't know why she's not. That was stolen from her, and we all know it. And I don't know why she's not fucking jumping on that. Barron Trump, it's just a fan page, by the way. Bank records allegedly show Senator Lindsey Graham, the ball sucker of Donald Trump, laundering significant Ukraine war funds via Latvia into his account, per ex-CIA officer Larry Johnson, Department of Justice investigating. Do you think we should lock up every politician who's stolen taxpayer? Absolutely. Red or blue? Absolutely. I'm totally for that. Hold these fucking thieves accountable. Lindsey Graham is shit. He's like the Republican side of Adam Schiff, right? That's it. That's what he is, for sure. Most of you would agree with me. There's a fucking little snaky fuck. Come on, dude, do your fucking job. Gavin Newsom used mail-in ballots from canceled and moved voters to rig Prop 50. Right? 8 days after evidence was given to U.S. Department of Justice and the White House, Trump's administration announced Gavin Newsom is officially under legal and criminal review. Additionally, the California Republican Party is aiming to get the U.S. Supreme Court to block Gavin Newsom from using the rigged congressional map. If left uncounted, this pernicious and unconstitutional use of race will irreparably harm applicants and the public. Applicants, therefore, respectfully request an injunction pending appeal precluding California from conducting any congressional election under the map enacted through Proposition 50. Proposition 50 map, okay. And requiring it to use the prior map adopted in 2021 by the Independent Citizens Restricting Commission, the emergency application declared. That didn't sound. Let me see. What I'm getting from that is that, yeah, I don't know if you just need to, if you're going to design maps for voting, I think what you should do is find out who votes which way and then split that as best possible and then make it a fucking straight line. I'm just, stop this, way over here. Freaking ridiculous, man. It's just ridiculous. It's just too much going on. We just need to make, squares, blocks, triangles, basic shapes, circles, whatever you want to fucking do for voting. That's all I'm saying. Turns out the guy I was talking to in Davos about weather modification was the son of Bill Clinton's former pilot. Oh, there you go. There you go. It's been very clear out here in this red state. I haven't seen in months any chemtrails. I've seen vapor trails, which you need to look what those are. Look up what that is. But it's been very good. It's been very, very good, actually. Very nice weather. Very clear. I mean, about a year ago, I would look up and I would just see this haze everywhere. It was just a haze, and every once in a while you would see these streaming planes with chemicals coming out of it, putting checker marks all over the fucking everywhere. Today is February 2nd, 2026. Even though Pam Bondi has video evidence of pedophiles trafficking, rape, torture, and sacrificing children, she has not arrested a single individual. It's true. That's true. That's true. The Demoncrats love her. I'm just telling you. Demoncrats love Pam Bondi. They've never complained about it. Isn't that crazy? This guy's pretty dimper shit. Donald Trump won overwhelmingly, and Republicans are not reading the tea leaves accurately. If they block the new Fed chair pick, yeah, they've got to let this guy in. Powell is a fucking criminal. Yellen was a criminal. A lot of these people have been criminals for decades. And honestly, the Federal Reserve isn't federal, and it doesn't reserve. It's a public corporation. It should not have no say-so in any of our fucking financial dealings with anything. You know, I just fuck the Fed. Get rid of the Fed. I've always said that. Go back to the gold standard. Keep it simple. Do you still support Nick Shirley continuing exposing more corruption in California? Yep, he's in California, baby. Love it. And he's already hit a few things out there. You'll probably see him out. I might talk about him tomorrow. Oh, Dan Bernardino gets visibly heated, and he goes off on the dipshit grifter bums who did nothing but throw popcorn at the ring. Okay. I don't know what that... Oh, okay, buddy. All right. Yeah. Well, let's see. I want you to fucking talk about Pam for a little bit. Can you talk about Pam, Dan? I don't think you can, bro. I don't know why you just can't. For some reason, you can't. Before Republican Senator James Lanford voted with all the Democrats in the Senate to continue funding welfare programs for non-citizens. There you go. There you go. I am circulating this fucking traitor. Yeah, what's his name? Senator... What the fuck was his name? James Langford. Is that him? I think that, yeah. Senator James Langford is a traitor to the USA. That's it. I'm going to just say it. I mean, why? Why are you voting against that, dude? What the fuck does he do? There's pork in it. There might be a reason, whatever, but you know what? I'm fucking sick of this shit. Oh, Nicki Minaj? Is that Nicki Minaj? Wait a second. Nicki Minaj is... Hang on. What? Oh, she just posted this. Okay, I was like, fuck. Did she comment on anybody? She was like, wow, fuck. Hell, you done best friend out to defend traitor John McCain. Where's the get on right here? What is this one about? Alright, I promise I'm going to go, but I'm not. There's going to be something I miss. I'm telling you, every time I leave Montauk when I'm done with the show, and I go out, and maybe I'm going to get something to eat or play a game or whatever the case may be, or get on the phone, talk to my grandkid or something, whatever. There's always something that pops up that pertains to what I was just talking about on the show that is newer information that needed to be brought up during that time. And I fucking hate when that happens. But it happens. I think a lot of these influencers know what I'm talking about. All right, going back here. Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, the Challenger crew, something weird about that. What did I write about these people? Right? What did I write about these people? Maybe I should read this. I'm going to. All right. Can you see it? Here. This is whatever bunny. He's got a song I gotta let you know, but I have to bring you guys in on a very simple secret, pretty basic. You are going to hear what the globalist predator class and the elitists want you to hear on music. Everywhere. I don't care if it's country. I don't care if it's pop. I don't care if it's rap. I don't care if it's rock. I don't care if it's a symphony. I don't give a fuck. They control the airways. They're going to control what you're listening to, who the leaders are. This is the way it's been for a long fucking time. All right. The sad reality of Hollywood and its influence and continuous brainwashing upon the U.S. population and the world is very detrimental to you and me and everything that we hold dear and love on this planet. They can make the most heinous and destructive topic or product or person the most wonderful and beautiful and acceptable thing in your mind. Again, in your minds. Your emotions is what drives and steers your core beliefs. As that is a primal part of our molecular structure. That's who we are. We're primal being. We're primal being, right? Why do you think that the character by the name of Spock is half human? That wasn't that was intentional, and I've always known this. Answer: logic and emotion are not supposed to connect. They're not. They're just not. Right? Kind of like a positive side of a magnet and another positive side of a magnet. You can't really push it together too well. They kind of slip off, if you know what I'm talking about. They have a hard time connecting to each other, right? Which they really don't do. The writers of that series spent countless hours researching how to display or present emotion as the champion over logic. Because everybody knows that emotion gets in the way of logic. It's just the way it is. So you have to learn how to separate, and this is what I got out of watching Spock when I was younger. How to decipher between what's logical per my beliefs, my core, per what I'm about, right? And what's emotional or possibly insane or just a little too over the top. So that's how I do things. It could be something that could help you. All you have to do is just think about Spock, right? Highly illogical, but it kind of gives me a boner. You know what I mean? It's logical, but doesn't really get me going, if you know what I'm saying, right? So you got to keep thinking of how to go from that block to that block without letting them connect, because they're not going to connect. They just don't connect. But now you have Fleet Academy and all that strange new world crazy fuck. Starfleet Academy tanked so bad. The lady that played that captain was just fucking. That was the worst Star Trek series implementation of all. I used to like that Michael chick. I liked Discovery. I thought that was fucking cool. The first few shows and Strange New Worlds, I liked that. I don't care if they had a fucking musical. I still like the show, but this Starfleet thing was just an abomination. It was just terrible. It was terrible. So the writers of these series spent countless hours researching to display or present emotion as the champion over logic, which they're just opposite, right? And then take a little time and watch a few episodes of the original series, I recommend, and you'll go, holy fuck, they did it as entertainment, which it most certainly was. But the globalist predator class of today, I should put that, also realized how powerful emotions could control the masses. These are all paid crisis actors, people. That's what these people are. They're all paid crisis. They're all selected. There's thousands upon thousands of great actors and great entertainers and people that kick ass at karaoke bars. There are people that were amazing. It's just out of selection. I remember I went to an audition. God, how old was I? I think I was 27 or 8 or something like that. I went to go some audition of singing or something. And I sang the fucking stupidest song, and I think everybody sang that song. But they already had who they were picking. They were picking what's his Cole's friend's daughter's friend, who's related to this billionaire that is part of the fucking democratic process. They just had the show that they had auditions. That's the way it's worked for a long time. This guy right here, Bad Buddy, he's just part of that too. He's been an actor for a long time. Man, they're all just a bunch of fucking crisis actors. Now, I am going to do something on this, and I'm going to leave it at that. So today is one of those days off, and then okay. It clearly why Trump didn't want the Epstein files released, and this is just one of the documents that the DOJ published today and quickly removed. Interesting. Let's take a look at this. I think I have both. Let me see. I don't know if I can. Oh shit! I can't read it. Didn't I put both of them in here? All right, I'm going to research this one a little bit more, right? I'm going to find out if that was part of it. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, and see how far this goes. But I will be looking at it. I am going to post it here. Let's see if I can make it bigger. No, if I try to make it bigger with it gets the same. Yeah, whatever. All right. Let's see if I can. All right. Hang on a second. I'm going to try this instead. Paint. I can get in there. All right. There we go. Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, this is weird format here. This is a weird format. Complaint following after calling the military officer regarding her previous tip, reporting that she was forced to perform sex acts when she was 13 years old and pregnant. 1984 complaint officer report. Okay, this is 1984. Interesting. Complaint reported her neighbor sought modeling gigs at Trump Modeling Agency in New York City between years. Okay, complaint agency. Once showed complaint a photo of recruiter who recalled. All right, I'm gonna let you guys see this since I got it. I have to be transparent here, and I'm not gonna defend anything either way. But I am gonna point out if it's doing anything for anybody, if you know what I mean. All right, so let me see if I can find this. Just no. What is this? Acrobat? No. I don't have that. Let's see if I can. Display capture. No. No. I can't. Why can't I? Shit. Hey, Jordan. Thanks for coming, buddy. Good seeing you. Alright, Democrat. I gotta tell you guys, Jordan has always been there. He's a fucking good kid. I love you, Jordan. You're a good man. Caller provided information to reference prior civil case from 13 years ago that involved Trump and mentioned Jeffrey Epstein. Okay, so this person's... Okay. I'm just going to say, you guys can look at it, but a caller said there was this big thing that happened, but there's no instance of it happening. There were kids, yes, or young pageant people. It's like, what? This really doesn't do anything. I don't even know why they're using it, honestly. All right, caller provided information to reference prior civil case from 13 years ago that involved Trump and mentioned Jeffrey Epstein with a minor. Okay. And then that goes back, and it doesn't really say victim will come. No. Caller report. See, this is the caller saying these things. That's not gonna do it, people. I'm sorry. It's just not gonna. It's not gonna do it. You're not getting anything. I'm gonna open it up. You can look through it however you want, right? But that was. Look at it. Take a picture of it. It's just a caller said, right? I mean, and where's the information in regards to what happened 13 years prior, right? I don't see any information on that. So then you have to go back and look and find that. So that's, I don't know. It just looks for, they don't really have anything right now. So I don't know. It's just nothing. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go. I just got some, what is that? Captain Crunch. I love Captain Crunch. And they were out of half gallons of milk at the store today. I'm like, what the fuck? But it was Dollar Tree. So, a Dollar General, whatever it's called. This is so fascinating to me. You never really bought these little stores everywhere in California. I saw like the 99-cent store was it. You could go and get a few things there. It was more like a little grocery store. But these Dollar General stores are just interesting. They have pretty much have everything you need if you're going to kill yourself. Everything in there is just junk and processed food. But they do have eggs. They do have milk. They have a couple of beef hot dogs in there. Tons of frozen food. Tons of processed food. And all the chemicals you need to make your house, just a Dow chemical plant, whatever you want to do. But anyway, I'm going to leave on that note, everyone. I want to say thank you all for being here. Thank you for watching Monotalk. I'm probably forgetting a couple things. I'm going to just check real quick because I should. Dan, I keep saying I'm going to leave, but I just want to make sure I'm covering all the bases here. Yeah. What is it with the nose ring? It's like if you've got a nose ring, I think there was a time when I thought that was cool. I think there was a time I don't have any piercings. I've never done any piercings. I have one tattoo on my back, and that was because my ex, we were drunk, and I just was I was against it. I wasn't a tattoo guy at all. But to make her happy, I got a tattoo. I'll sacrifice a lot of things for the people I love and care about, for sure. Let me just check here real quick, see what we got. All right, just to go through. Okay, this is a nutty person. There's a lake over the eyes. Woke judge gets indicted. Music industry, yes, Epstein is all over the music industry. Just everyone. Democrats enter panic mode. War Room, I recommend Real America Voice. Watch that. I recommend that. Rigged 2020 election confirmed. Yeah, that's true. That's Matt Morris, a judicial watch. Real America Voice. The Public of Disorder, you should watch that. That's good. Release destroys careers across the globe. Not really. Stealing votes. Shocking testimony exposed. Democrat election scam. That's everywhere. Barbini. This chick is fucking amazing. I loved doing a robot. I used to be a rap pop and lock guy when I was a kid. I loved it. And this chick is awesome, and she's the cutest thing ever. Leftists hate this. MAGA grocery store. Oh, it's called there's a MAGA grocery store out there. So fucking cool. The Demoncrats tried to shut the guy down too. Senators pushed their saving. Guess who's connected to Jeffrey Epstein? Oh my God. Oh, the new thing. I got to put this in here. Here it is. Ready? They got these new shooting clay pigeons where they kind of helicopter up. I just think it's a waste of time. My career is over. Holly Hunter fired for Paramount after Starfleet Academy. Yeah, it was terrible. It was just terrible. But they are saying right now, and you've got to see this, that Zoran Mandami may be, and I'm just going to throw this and I'm going with this. Zoran Mandami, the mayor of New York, may be a relative or the son of Jeffrey Epstein. Wow, that would be fucking great, right? I mean, you could. I'm sure he's got a lot of sons. Just want to tell you that. But illegitimate, bastard sons, of course. But yeah. I mean, if you want him to take a blood test in regards to, whatever, to see. I don't know if they have blood. I'm sure they have some of the blood of Epstein. And then the new thing is that he's never died and he's alive. Ooh, what the fuck, bro? What the fuck? That would be crazy. That would be fucking nuts. Anyway, thank you all for watching.